Uh, I forgot how I used to start the episodes, honestly.
Hello and welcome to Fresh Off the Reel. My name's Patrick.
My name's Liv. Episode 34, baby. We've been gone for a while.
Between both of us taking some vacation time and also just some scheduling conflicts. It's been a minute since we recorded. We haven't recorded since before we watched the movie we're talking about today, and I think we watched the movie like a month ago.
Yeah, actually,
So-
I hold on. Letterboxd is gonna say when. We watched it on July 23rd.
Okay, so almost about to go, and the last time we recorded was
A
the
bit
week before we saw this movie, I think, or
Yeah.
more longer, possibly.
The last episode we recorded was we recorded it was the San Diego Comic-Con episode.
Oh yeah, let's date this episode further. We recorded the last episode a week after San Diego Comic Con.
Yep. And now it's kind of old news, but but anyways,
It is what it is.
before we start this episode, I sound weird. I have some kind of allergy fucking outbreak this morning. I don't know what's going on, but my eye is watering and my throat sounds like this. So deal with it, I guess, because I sounded the same yesterday, and I was like, I don't want to record. Let's wait until tomorrow. Nope. But hey, I guess it's a better show, huh? When the hosts are in pain, it's better, right?
Sure. Yeah.
I think that's how people felt about this movie, Thor: Love and Thunder, directed by Taika Waititi, who is obviously a man in pain.
Yes. This is the fourth Thor movie, and it's a film.
It's definitely a movie. So for everybody who's really into the MCU, I think this was a lot of people's breaking point, and it was like, if this movie is bad, then that's it. It's over. Cuz
Yeah.
the MCU is kind of in my opinion on its last legs. I know there's a lot of shit that got announced, and there's a lot of stuff to look forward to in fucking 5 years. They plan 5 years ahead. Good job, guys. Even though all of that is supposed to exist, I don't care anymore. And I don't think anybody cares anymore, except for the people that are like in too deep and they really, really, really love this stuff.
Yeah, I think like this was the movie where the MCU fatigue really hit hard for a lot of people. Cause like generally speaking, Thor Ragnarok is the praise, like it's pretty high up on people's rankings in general. And like I people might have like felt off watching things like Eternals or Black Widow and stuff, but like the Thor movies, Thor is one of the main Avengers. So people generally walked into this with like at least some kind of excitement. And I think walking out of it, everyone kind of feels like, okay, and even like the main Avengers movies now are starting to like not hit. So like the fatigue is really hitting everyone collectively, I feel. At least that's like what the vocal minority on Twitter is saying, and like even like just us within our friend group. Like a lot of us aren't really excited to watch these movies anymore.
Yeah.
And like we weren't excited to watch things like Black Widow or Eternals, but those are kind of different because they're new, right? They're new characters, but like walking out of Thor unexcited just feels weird, and I'm kind of not looking forward to whatever's next. I can't even remember.
It's Wakanda Forever is next.
Yeah, like I'm not really looking forward to watching that, just because I'm at this point we're all just kind of watching things because we're in too deep, and you really feel it walking out of this movie.
Yeah, it's really sad because you could see that they're really like, well, what's the term? They're running out of juice. They're milking the cow a bit too hard. It's a strange vibe that this movie gives off, especially in specific fields like the CGI and the acting is really weird. It's very iffy. I didn't find Korg funny in this one. I like Korg. I normally really like Korg. I think Korg is hilarious. Pat disagrees.
Yeah, I don't like Korg at all. But in this movie, he's just like insufferable for me.
I didn't think it
Yeah.
was really funny. But let's talk cinema because we actually missed some of the cinema.
Oh yeah, story time.
Here it is. So we paid for the tickets. We went on the train. We took the train as fast as we could, but we missed the first 30 minutes of the movie.
We also paid for IMAX tickets, and then what we saw was not IMAX.
Yeah, it was very clearly not IMAX.
But we went to the hall that they told us to go to, and we went to the hall that was on our ticket. So like clearly something fucked up, and that's probably why we missed 30 minutes because the wrong theater was listed. I don't know
Yeah.
how that happens,
Maybe it's
but it
because you use
happened.
your points instead of paying for the ticket.
No, but like I always use my points to pay for the tickets, we've never had this problem before.
Yeah, I don't know what the hell happened, but that wasn't IMAX. And we definitely missed the most important part of the movie, also the best part of the movie. We did go back and watch it on a website, and like we missed the good part, which is really sad.
We when the movie ended, we kind of felt like it was one way too short and two like missing a lot of context. Who would have thought that missing 30 minutes, which we didn't know at the time, by the way, we only thought we missed like 10. It was only till like when we got home and like watched what we missed that we realized it was 30 minutes. And man, it's kind of an important half hour.
Yeah, it's where we get to see Kat Dennings again. It's where Jane Foster's cancer is explained. We thought it was just thrown in there out of nowhere, but it was explained. We just missed it.
Don't miss the beginning of movies, kids.
Don't sleep for the first 10 minutes of Dune, guys.
Yeah, don't do that. Don't be me.
Let's take a look at the plot synopsis here. This is from Letterboxd. The one is not the only. Yeah, because there's a second one. We'll talk about her later. After his retirement is interrupted by Gore the God Butcher, played by Christian Bale, a galactic killer who seeks the extinction of the gods, Thor enlists the help of King Valkyrie, Korg, and his ex-girlfriend Jane Foster, who is now inexplicably wields Mjolnir as the mighty Thor. Together, they embark upon a harrowing cosmic adventure to uncover the mystery of the God Butcher's vengeance and stop him before it's too late. They say vengeance in there because Christian Bale played Batman. You guys get it? It's a funny joke that I just came up with.
Yeah, I don't think that was intentional. I think that's just
It's not
a
intentional.
funny on your part.
I'm so funny, guys. Russell Crowe's in this movie.
He is. He is in this movie.
He's Zeus.
Yep, he's a
Oh,
character.
speaking of characters, so the other main character here, who's so main she got her own poster. So Mighty Thor, Jane Foster, she's back. They even said in the synopsis, inexplicably. That's a great way to put it, because she's kind of just like shoved in because Natalie Portman realized that how much money this studio is paying for her to be in movies, so she wanted to be in another one.
Yeah, because she was pretty adamant. Natalie Portman, not like the character. Natalie Portman was pretty adamant about like not coming back anymore. Like to the point that she like refused to come back for stuff like the Avengers movies, like Infinity War and Endgame, even for a cameo. So it really feels like they just kind of shoved her in here. Like I think Mighty Thor was a given at some point, at least in the MCU. Chris Hemsworth's been doing this for a long time, and he wasn't gonna realistically stick around forever. So Mighty Thor was a given, but the way she's just kind of thrown into the MCU is a little weird. Like they don't like they explain it. They do a good job with what they're given, I guess. But it does kind of feel a little out of nowhere, a little forced. Mainly because she wasn't in Ragnarok, and I feel like if she was in Ragnarok or she was in the Thor bits of Infinity War and Endgame, maybe this would have flowed a little bit better. But her not being in one of the movies really like, you feel that impact here when she's Thor.
She's not even a cameo in Endgame.
She's reused footage in Endgame.
Yeah, it's reused footage in a movie where they got everybody to come back.
Yeah, like you feel her absence when she's a main character here. Whereas that's like not something I even thought about until seeing the movie. You really feel her absence. It's a shame because I think Mighty Thor could have been interesting going forward if Chris Hemsworth ever like retired or just like they killed him off, which spoilers they don't do in this movie. Chris Hemsworth will return as Thor again for at least one more outing. But if Chris were to leave, like I think Mighty Thor would have been an interesting way to go about it if they didn't go with like I can't remember the character's name right now, but the original owner of Stormbreaker, the dinosaur Thor. Like if they didn't go that way, um, but now they can't do Mighty Thor anymore because spoiler, she's dead.
Yeah, they went with the cancer storyline immediately.
Well, like you kind of need to do the cancer storyline for Jane Foster. It's very important for her her as Mighty Thor. Like even in the comic, it's introduced immediately when she's brought back. But they don't kill her off immediately, and she doesn't even die from the cancer. She dies. She dies in battle. She gets a warrior's death, which is fine. And like you do get to see the effects of the cancer here. But I thought she would have stuck around a little bit longer than one movie, like maybe two.
Yeah, I was expecting a movie called Mighty Thor, but
Yeah,
no, I guess she really just took the paycheck and left.
maybe it's because Natalie Portman only agreed to do one movie and they had to wrap it up. That's very possible. We don't actually know. Also, you just pointed something out to me. Why wasn't this movie called Mighty Thor: Love and Thunder?
uh, I don't know.
Yeah, anyway, whatever. Anyway,
The Love and Thunder part of the title is really stupid. You see, the whole reason why Gore is doing what he does is because he wants to bring his daughter back to life. And he does that, but then he dies in the process. A lot of people die in this movie. No one
yeah,
you wants to die, though.
yeah. Like, okay, can we just just cut there for a second? I want to say something.
What?
Thor should have died in this movie. Thor did die, but like Chris Hemsworth, Thor should have died in this movie. I think that this whole movie kind of has this subplot where, well, obviously Jane and Thor are rekindling their romance and shit. But there's a subplot with like Mjolnir and Stormbreaker. That like Thor like is not able to let go both of his relationship, but also like the hammer, you know. And I think this would have been a good time for like the passing of the torch, where like Thor like he dies in battle, he gets his warrior's death, and then he passes on the mantle of Thor himself to Jane, and she would take over for one more movie or however long they would have planned to keep her if she did survive. I find it weird that the movie is structured the way it is, and then Thor lives.
Yeah.
Like even if like he sacrificed his life for love, because that's the movie's a love story basically. But he finds love, and then he ends up with a kid, and I'm sure he'll love that kid very much. But I feel like if they were ever gonna kill him off, this was like the perfect movie to do that. But they don't, and it just kind of feels awkward now.
It's a kind of missed opportunity. I feel like they killed the wrong character, but there was probably contractual reasons again.
Yeah,
So
Chris Hemsworth probably has like one or two more movies that he has to be a part of, or maybe Natalie Portman only agreed to do one movie in her contract.
I mean, it looks like Chris Hemsworth genuinely enjoys playing Thor.
That's true, and you know, more power to him if he wants to play Thor for as long as he feasibly can because he enjoys doing it. Like that's perfectly fine. I just feel like narratively, especially because we said this when we walked out of the theater, but like this feels like Thor 3. Like this is a sequel to Dark World. This isn't a sequel to Ragnarok.
Yeah.
It's like Marvel wanted to make a sequel, like a proper sequel to Thor: The Dark World, and like conclude like a bunch of storylines that Dark World kind of leaves off because Ragnarok goes in its own direction, and like ending that trilogy, quote unquote, with Thor dying and passing on the mantle would have made sense. I feel, especially given that Iron Man and Cap did it already, so Thor still being here just kind of feels weird. Same with Hulk, but we'll get to him maybe one day.
Yeah, well, Hulk, he's getting his show. Oh, when is it? It's like in a couple days it starts.
Yeah. The show starts like this week, I'm pretty sure.
Yeah, it's probably it's on Friday, no?
And then imagine she'll beat Avenger stuff. So like, but like they're not gonna kill Hulk off in a show, right? So
It's like because we thought Doctor Strange would be killed off in Multiverse of
well,
Madness.
Doctor Strange, I think like I didn't think he was gonna die, but like I thought he would live. It just he would become the Sorcerer Supreme again. She doesn't. But I thought like going into the next phase, the original Avengers cast would be gone, but like Thor's still here. I think Hawkeye and Hulk are going to be stuck in showland. Like we're not going to probably see them much in movies. But, like Thor is a movie character, and him not having that like quote unquote retirement moment that I feel like he should have had in this movie just kind of feels awkward. It feels like almost empty that he survived.
Like and they could like even if they didn't want to kill him off, they could have ended it pretty well because but like what we were saying before, Gore's kid is alive at the expense of Gore. He's dead. So and then Thor is taking care of the kid now, like it's his daughter. I mean, I guess they could have done like an ending where it's them two and he's like being a father now. Maybe they could like,
Well,
end it there.
he kind of is, but then there's that scene where
Yeah, and she's love and he's thunder.
they're like a superhero duo, and that's cute. But I don't know. Like I don't dislike Chris Hemsworth as Thor, although I saw a take on Letterboxd that I 100% agree with. I miss boring Thor. I don't like jokey Thor. But like I like Chris Hemsworth as Thor, so I'm okay with seeing more of him. I just feel from like a narrative perspective, this was the movie to kill him off. And like I don't see like him fighting Hercules in the next one being like a send off, you know?
Yeah, it's weird. Yeah, yeah. That's the after credit scene. He Hercules is a thing now
Yep.
because Zeus is like go kill Thor.
Yeah, because Thor kills quote unquote Zeus.
It would have been cooler if Zeus stayed dead, but I guess
It
not.
wasn't. He was never going to, but it's just funny how that scene. Now he's all pissy and he's gonna send his son to go kill Thor.
And the other after credit scene, we see Jane in Valhalla, and Heimdall is there. Yo,
Yeah.
they use reused footage of Idris Elba. Yay! I'm pretty sure it's reused
No,
footage.
I might either way it's CG, but it's better CG than they used for his son earlier in the movie.
Yeah.
Uh,
And his son is actually a major character here.
yeah, yeah, he is surprisingly, which I'm okay with. I'm okay with if he continues to be a mainstay in the Thor movies, assuming there's more than one more after this.
There's a lot of like themes of children and fatherhood in this movie.
Yep, it's a story of love
Yeah,
and
Thor wants to be a father.
finding your place in the world is like an overarching theme throughout all four of these movies. And Thor found his place as a father. Heimdall's son found his place in replacing his father.
Oh no! Why you say it like that?
Because he's gonna be Heimdall too, and he's literally Heimdall too, so it makes sense.
Oh my god.
Okay, assuming there's more than one Thor movie after this, or like forget that. If they do kill Thor in Thor versus Hercules, like where do you go
Love
from
and
here? Like,
Hercules.
Love and Hercules. Like where do you go from here? You killed Jane Foster. She's the only other major Thor in the Avengers comics. Like what do you do? You just like I don't get why they killed Mighty Thor off so early. I know the cancer story is a big deal, and I'm convinced Natalie Portman is why they did it the way they did it. But like you lost your out because now your options are keep Chris Hemsworth locked in the dungeon forever or stop making Thor movies.
Oh, and they said Thor will return at the end. They dug their own grave.
We're getting at least one more Chris Hemsworth Thor movie, and I'm sure at least one more Chris Hemsworth Thor Avengers appearance. But like, what are you gonna do with Thor 6, 7? Like what are you gonna do? What do you do after Chris Hemsworth retires? You can't bring Jane back; she's in Valhalla.
They bring her back from the dead.
It's weird. I don't know. I feel like, as much as I don't like Natalie Portman as an actress, or I don't like Jane Foster as a character, I think they killed. And like her moment, she gets her moment. Like her death is earned, and it's a great moment for her character. But I feel like you did it too soon.
Yeah.
They should have waited a movie, or she could have like I don't know, maybe not get a trilogy, but they could have done something. She could have appeared in an Avengers movie. I don't know, whatever.
It's a weird place that they kind of put themselves in here because I mean like Pat said it, like where do you go from here? But then it's not just Thor, all the other characters too, they kind of get endings here.
Yeah, but that's it. Thor, even like Hemsworth Thor gets an ending. And yeah, it's left open because Love and Thunder go out and fight bad guys, but like Thor's character arc is concluded. And if he dies, there's no one to replace him. So like where do we go from here? Are you gonna make Avengers movies without Thor? Okay.
We don't know what to do. Like we don't know what they're going to do.
Is Captain Marvel just gonna take Thor's like place on like as far as like the pecking order of the Avengers? I guess.
Someone needs to wield the hammer.
It's gonna be weird being like we're gonna reach a point where we're getting Avengers movies without Thor, and like I mean like without Thor at all, because like Steve Rogers is gone, but Captain America is still on the team, right? Like Iron Man is gone, but like Iron Heart is gonna be part of the Young Avengers, and like War Machine is still around, so there still is that essence of Iron Man there. But we're gonna reach the point where we're just not gonna have a Thor in the Avengers, and that's gonna be weird.
What if it's the kid? What if
I
it's the
guess.
kid? Yeah, but she's still a kid though. She's like 10.
Yeah, you know what's gonna happen? Thor's gonna die in Secret Wars, or Kang, whatever. One of them. That's where Thor will die. He'll fight. He'll fight Herc and win, and then or maybe Herc. They'll give Herc the hammer. Whatever. I don't know.
I don't know if Hercules can have the hammer.
Probably not. But this kid doesn't exist either in the comics, so they could just make shit up, and then who cares?
Oh, this kid doesn't exist.
No.
Oh,
So like they could just like make things up and make new characters for themselves, and maybe Herc will become Thor, or Steve Rogers will come back, and the hammer will make him young, and then
huh.
everyone will be happy because Chris Evans is back. I don't know, whatever. It doesn't matter because we're thinking about a hypothetical movie that doesn't exist. But it's just a weird thought that we're gonna reach a point eventually where like an Avengers team is not gonna have a Thor on it, and it's not a thought I enjoy having.
Well, we're gonna see because Thor is apparently returning. So we're gonna see in maybe, I don't know, 4 years. They're thinking ahead.
Yeah, at least one more appearance. He'll probably be also in the Avengers movies, but we'll see.
But let's talk about some other characters. So Christian Bale plays the main villain here. His name is Gore the God Butcher.
Well, I have opinions.
Say them, dude.
What a fucking waste
Yeah.
of fucking Christian Bale.
What a waste of amazing talent. Look, we've seen so many times that Christian Bale can play an extremely convincing villain. American Psycho being the biggest example. But they kind of just let him he just stand in this movie. He just stands there and he's like, "So, come to die." Basically, that's him the whole movie.
Yeah, like they hold him back performance wise so much. Like he doesn't like act. He just kind of stands there. He's not intimidating. He's not menacing. Even when he's fighting, he's not like he's cool, I guess. But like, what a waste of Chris Hemsworth as an actor.
Christian Bale.
Oh yeah,
It was Chris Hemsworth.
what a waste of Christian Bale as an. I almost did it again. What a waste of Christian Bale. He's such a talented actor, but I mean, he's wasted here. Aside from looking cool, his character is just like a ghost that you have to. He's a generic bad guy you need to stop. And then in the end, like he has his backstory reveal and whatever. Like there isn't much interesting about him, but beyond just being the bad guy you have to defeat.
His like villain thing is just so cliched and boring. We gotta go to the Shadow Realm. He's too powerful there. We have to build a team and go to the Shadow Realm. This sounds like something from fucking D&D. It's such a waste. And I'm so angry about it. And he goes around at the first 30 minutes, the part that we missed. He goes around killing a bunch of gods. He kills Sif, a character who hasn't been in the MCU since Thor: The Dark World.
Isn't Sif alive? Didn't she just lose an arm, or did she die?
She's dead. Didn't Gore kill her?
I thought, because like Thor meets up with her. I thought she just lost an arm. I didn't think she died.
And then Thor meet up with her, and then later on, Gore killed her. Wasn't that how it was?
No, 'cause when we walked into the theater is when Thor met up with her, and you don't see her again after that point. So I just assumed she was alive.
Wasn't she? She was dying when Thor went up to her, didn't she? Wasn't she? She was in the process of dying.
We didn't see a body.
But she was like saying all the shit about having a warrior's death and everything.
Duct tape. Thor brought flex tape with him.
No, I
That's fine.
remember. No, remember because Thor was like, well, technically it's not a warrior's death because you have to die in battle. You're not in battle right now. Remember that part?
No, I don't. Whatever.
Alright.
It doesn't matter.
Well, Sif comes back and she dies.
Well, now I'm an asshole because I told Matt she's alive. So I'm a liar.
Oh, no,
Okay.
you have to tell the truth.
No, I'm never gonna correct myself. It's just we're never gonna see Sif again. And I'm never gonna acknowledge what I said. If she's listening to this episode, ignore what I said. She's alive. It's fine.
I'm the one faking it.
Yeah, exactly.
And then near the end of the movie, Gore's motive becomes very stupid. Because like at the beginning of the movie, it was the gods. He got the sword thing that kills gods, and he's like, the gods betrayed us, because there was a god that he worshipped, and he was the last of his kind or whatever. And then his daughter died, and then he's like, well, I'm gonna kill all the gods and then bring my daughter back. Okay, Gore, you do you. This kind of plot has already happened in the MCU before. We know it doesn't go well. Yeah, Gore dies, and Christian Bale's wasted. And he's never going to come back in the MCU because of it.
It's a shame because he's such a big name too, and he's such a talented actor, and that was it. We were just done.
Just
So,
that scene where they're all tied up, and he's like, call the hammer. Do it. He's so slow when he speaks. He's not intimidating at all. He's very boring, and it's really sad.
hey, at least it's cool to watch him fight. He has cool shadow powers, and he has a sword.
He's toy material.
More characters in these movies need to use swords. Swords are cool. They're extremely impractical against gods, but they're cool.
No, but this sword can kill the gods.
Yeah, but like, what's a sword gonna do against like Iron Man? Like nothing, right?
Nothing.
So that's
Yeah.
why they never use swords. But swords are cool.
Bring Master Chief in the MCU, and he's gonna use the sword.
They should just give everybody on the new Avengers team a sword.
Yeah, no, not a lot of people would use swords. Valkyrie uses a sword.
The Valkyrie's never gonna be seen again either.
Yeah, well, she's not dead. She's just written out.
Yeah, she's just never gonna be in these movies again. They wrote out one of the like better characters to come in Ragnarok too. Like I actually like
her,
Valkyrie
yeah.
a lot. I like her a lot, but she's never gonna be seen again. Can you? At least they wrote out Cork. I never have to see him again either. Thank God.
Yeah, he's gone. Unfortunately, I like Korg. You're just
Like let's wrap around back to what I was saying earlier. So Hemsworth's entire cast has been written out, but he's still here. It's
I don't
weird.
know, man. I just don't know.
It's gonna be a buddy cop movie with Love and Thunder.
A buddy cop movie between an immortal god and a 10-year-old child.
And they're gonna go around Olympus asking questions. Where's that Hercules? And they're gonna sing and dance. Thor 5 is just Thor 5 is just gonna be Disney's Hercules. They're gonna just sing and dance.
Thor 5 is a musical. Yeah.
It has to be, right? Like it has to.
Okay, we've been talking very negative. Let's talk about some of the stuff that we did like about this movie. I love the soundtrack. I think that they chose some pretty good songs for the movie.
Yeah, I have a negative thing to say about
What?
So, okay, the soundtrack in this movie is great. And I'm not saying the soundtrack's bad. But it's very clear that Taika Waititi wanted to make a rock opera. And Marvel wanted him to make a sequel to Thor the Dark World. And those two conflicting ideologies do not mesh well together. Like the first 30 minutes of the movie, and then like the fight at the end where they're playing more rock music, and then in the middle part of the movie don't like mesh well together.
And also at the very beginning they play "Welcome to the Jungle," part we missed.
Like it feels like they don't belong in the movie Marvel wanted them to make, but it belongs in the movie Taika wants to make. But we didn't get either because those two things combined don't they're both not fleshed out.
Like from the original poster, the one that looks like He-Man, the really cool poster, the way the logo is made, all the like marketing material, the way Taika Waititi talks about the movie, this was clearly supposed to be a rock opera. They were supposed to license like a bunch of really awesome rock music.
And like when it's a rock opera and when they use like music into the scenes, it's cool. But then there's the Thor: The Dark World 2 parts that Marvel wanted, and I don't like it's not great.
No, but the soundtrack itself though. The soundtrack, I thought it was really good. Michael Giacchino was the composed the soundtrack. Not one of his best, I gotta say, but it was a really good one.
Yep.
And when they got in the licensed music, oh man, it sings. This is I think the trailer for this movie I was saying a couple of days ago when I was hanging out with this bitch.
Okay.
He says he doesn't like Korg, or Rogue One. But
Hey, I'll have things to say about Rogue One.
I know. I T. I was saying a couple of days ago that the original teaser trailer for this movie is probably my favorite trailer ever. The one that has Sweet Child of Mine in it.
I think it's definitely like top 5
It's better than the movie.
like MCU trailers. It's better than the movie. It's better than the movie.
And when they when they played it in the credits, like the credits were kind of cool. I like so far MCU's been popping off in the credits department. Like this movie had great credits, and Multiverse of Madness had good credits too.
It's your reward for sitting through some subpar movies like Eternals. You get some cool credits.
Even Morbius has cool credits. That was the only reason it got 1 star instead of half a star. It's the credits were cool.
I think you should give it Morbius a 5-star.
No, and that's the most we're ever gonna talk about Morbius.
Yeah, that's true. I hope you liked that.
Let's move on. Another thing I really liked, I thought it was kind of funny. Well, like that Stormbreaker and was like jealous of Mjolnir.
Oh, I love that. I love that. That's so good.
It's like it made me want a sitcom of Thor and Stormbreaker. And then it would be Mighty Thor with Mjolnir, and then they would all be jealous. There'd be like a love square going on, you know?
It would be friends, but with 2 Thors and 2 weapons.
Yeah. It was kind of funny when they
It was actually I like laughed out loud.
yeah.
Like it was actually like hilarious. I think that shit that's like lifted from the comics too. It's like I'm happy they like they adapted that stuff and it wasn't weird. Like, I really like. It's a shame. There's a scene in the comic where Thor is like getting angry at Mjolnir, like for like actually yelling at him. He's like, "Get away, you blasted hammer!" And I wanted to see shit like that in this movie. Could you imagine how funny that would have been?
I would have killed for more of that. But you know like that scene in No Way Home where the 3 Spider-Men are just talking to each other.
Yeah.
It's like that. I want more casual fun in these movies.
Maybe we'll get a Thor Love Year and Thunder Year cut like we're getting for No Way Home with bonus scenes like with more Spider-Man talking to each other.
What's really dumb is that Marvel's like, oh, you guys want casual just being funny? Okay, here's She-Hulk, a show that's literally all that. And it's like, okay, well, we didn't want everything to be like that. This movie, not just a movie, this show looks like garbage.
Yeah, I'm gonna watch it for Daredevil, and I'm gonna like the Daredevil part.
No, you're gonna like the 5 minutes where Daredevil's on screen, and then the one line he has. That's what it's gonna be.
Yeah, I'm gonna love it. It's gonna be the best part of the movie.
And then like Shield's gonna be like, "What the fuck? I thought you were dead." And he was like, "I was born again." And then he leaves.
Yep.
That's how they're gonna do it.
Verbatim. That's exactly how the dialogue is gonna be. I was dead, but then I was born again. And it cuts to the title card.
What, the Daredevil title card?
Yeah, it's the Daredevil title card.
Yeah, then you gotta wait another 2 years for your 18 episodes. Thanks for thinking ahead, Kevin.
If they fuck up Daredevil, I genuinely don't know what I'm gonna do with myself. Like
they will fuck it up. It's not gonna be good.
No, they are gonna fuck it up. You remember like that SpongeBob special where like Patchy gets a special VHS tape of SpongeBob, like a super like limited edition, and it's just like a walk cycle, and Patchy loses his mind and destroys all his Daredevil merch, that all his SpongeBob merch. That's gonna be me if Daredevil Born Again sucks.
If they like, I hope they like. I don't know if they would do this, but Daredevil episodes are like, the old ones were like an hour each. So it would be kind of cool if they did like what they did with Inhumans when it came out and they air the first episode in theaters. That'd be kind of cool.
I would see that in theaters.
Yeah, me too. That's I'm saying it because I would watch it.
I would watch all of Daredevil in theaters, like the show.
Are they gonna release all 18 episodes? Just bam, straight in your face. Here's a
No,
bingeable
I
series.
think no, it's gonna be 18 weeks of torture. Part of me is like, I would rather, because like shows coming out weekly are good for like the longevity of the show. People will talk about it for longer, right? So releasing 18 episodes weekly, like people are gonna be talking about Daredevil for 18 weeks, right?
Yeah.
That's better for the show. But at the same time, if the show's good, people are still gonna talk about it for 18 weeks. I know why people would forget about Moon Knight if it released all in one day, is because Moon Knight's not memorable. If the show's good and memorable, people are still gonna talk about it. People are still talking about Daredevil seasons 1 through 3. Those shows released like all the episodes at once, and those shows are like 5 years old. So
I need to finish that show, man.
maybe that shows maybe the way to do it is you make shows that are good and people will talk about them.
Yeah, Marvel.
Maybe if you make
Kevin.
movies that are good, we'll talk about them for longer.
Kevin.
You listening, Kevin? All I'm saying is people are still talking about No Way Home. Nobody's talking about Eternals.
Yeah, Chloe, director of Eternal. But I mean, that's pretty much. I think I'm done with talking about. So I don't have anything else.
Um,
I'm struggling to find things to say about Thor: Love
we
and
talk
Thunder.
about the final battle with the kids, where Thor Thor grants the kids powers.
Oh yeah, when Thor gives the kids power, they're holding just like random objects as weapons, and then Thor's like,
I hereby grant thee the power of Thor temporarily. I like that scene. I thought it was cute. I
"Yeah,
think
that's
like
cute."
we went to see it with Toon Man and K10K.
We're singling you out, both of you.
I think Steph hated that. I feel like he hated it.
I know Nat liked it, but
No, that scene, not the movie. That specific part.
yeah, I know Nat liked that scene.
Yeah, I liked it too. I thought it was cute.
Oh shit! We're completely forgetting about the time when Chris Hemsworth got completely naked.
Oh
Remember
yeah,
that part?
he has like Rip Bozo Loki on his back.
Yeah, he has a brother father. Loki's helmet is like tattooed on his back. That's kind of cute again. But you know what else was cute? That
Chris
ass.
Hemsworth's butt. Yeah, I thought the fight in what's it called? It's not Olympus. It's like the Realm of the Gods or whatever.
I don't know, Zeus's thing.
Whatever. Zeus's house. The fight at Zeus's house was cool.
I really liked when he threw the lightning bolt straight through his chest and he should have died.
Yeah, I think the fights in this movie are good.
Yeah.
Like I think these are the best Thor fights. I think the fights in this movie are better than like the bridge fight in Ragnarok. The bridge fight in Ragnarok's great. Don't get me wrong, but the fights here are real good.
Like I think that all these, not each fight individually, but all these fights put together are probably like one of the best fights in the series. I think Infinity War still has the best fight period. Like the fight in Wakanda.
Yeah, but that's not fair because that's a big one.
Yeah, no, it's a huge one. I mean, I'm one of those people. I think the Endgame fight is bad. I don't like that fight. But
I think the Infinity War fight's just strictly better. I don't think I don't think the Endgame fight's bad. I just think that like the Infinity War is just better.
Yeah. Infinity War is probably, like, all things considered, probably the best MCU movie. The fights in this movie, pretty good. Like they're really good. If they would have had the rock opera soundtrack that Taika Waititi wanted, it would have elevated these fights a lot. But the fights that did have the rock, that's what the movie should have been. I said the Rock, Dwayne Johnson.
Dwayne, did you know that Dwayne the Rock Johnson said that he fought to keep Black Adam out of Shazam 2.
Yeah.
To not disrespect the character.
Newsflash.
My brother in Christ, you're a Shazam villain. You're gonna have to fight him and lose eventually.
It's a disservice to Black Adam as a character. Okay, you're playing a villain, right?
Yeah, you're playing a Shazam villain. You're gonna have to fight him. And you're gonna fight Superman and win? I don't think so. Like,
Dwayne, it's not your fault they made Shazam into a family comedy.
Maybe that's why. It's because he didn't want to be in a kids movie.
He's in too many of those. Moana was the last straw.
Yeah. Now he's an uber serious superhero actor.
Oh my god. Dwayne, go for that Oscar, man. You could do it.
Sure he can.
He sure can. He got that championship belt and now he needs an Oscar. He's trying to do all the side quests. He finished the main story. Now
Yeah,
he's doing the side
the Rock just finished the main story, and he's doing side quests.
quests.
Do whatever you want, buddy.
But with that, that's pretty much it. I mean, like Thor: Love and Thunder. We didn't even give our star ratings. I gave it 2.5 stars. I gave it straight in the middle.
Yeah, I also gave it 2.5 stars.
It's
It's the second best Thor movie.
Yep.
But man, walking into this, I really, really miss boring Thor.
Yeah, me too.
I think funny Thor is at his best. I think Thor as a character is at his best in Infinity War. And each appearance since Infinity War has just been getting worse and worse.
I think Fat Thor is kind of funny, but
Oh, I hate Fat Thor, but let's not get into Endgame. I think Fat Thor is the worst version of Thor. I'm including fucking watching paint dry Thor from Thor 1. I think Fat Thor is worse. Like, yeah, anyway.
But let's move on. So here we would have a segment where we talk about TV shows, but there's not a TV show to talk about right now until She-Hulk comes out. So stay tuned for that. So right now we're just gonna move straight into Backlogged, the segment where we recommend each other movies to talk about in the next episode. And last episode, well, not last episode, but 2 episodes ago, I recommended both of us to watch The Northman, another movie we watched a very long time ago, like so long that I kind of forgot what happened in the movie.
Yeah, we watched this movie before before San Diego Comic Con as well.
Yeah.
It's been a long time.
But I thought it was fantastic.
Yep, I think it's great.
I gave it 5 stars.
I think I gave it like 4.5 or also 5 stars.
You gave it 4.5. It was a very unique movie. You don't see stuff like this a lot. The only part I think I didn't like is the final battle in the volcano. It looks cool. The CGI is great in this movie. They barely use it, but it's great in this movie. But the final fight in the volcano is kind of weird.
Yeah, but it's cool though. This whole movie, like the choreography in this movie and like the set pieces and the action, it's a very cool movie to watch. But yeah, the final fight's kind of weird.
For the rest of the movie, I mean, I am it's no secret that I don't like Anya Taylor-Joy, but I really liked her in this movie. I thought she was fantastic. I love Alexander Skarsgård. He's good in everything, like literally everything, even Zoolander.
He's great. He's fantastic, actually.
And Nicole Kidman does a great job as she's the queen in this movie, who wants to have sex with her son. Don't question it.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's a weird movie, guys. It's weird, but it's good. It's really good. I think Robert Eggers, the director, did a fantastic job. Same director as The Lighthouse and The Witch, and he's doing a Nosferatu movie. Like this guy knows how to do these kinds of movies. If you haven't seen The Lighthouse, you gotta watch it.
Yeah, if you haven't seen The Lighthouse, go watch it. If you haven't seen The Northman, go watch it. I honestly have nothing negative to say. I think the movie's great. Maybe we watched it together, and maybe we watched it, because I probably wasn't going to for a long time if you didn't recommend it.
Yeah, I only recommended it because, well, I was gonna recommend you Hot Garbage that day, but we had a lot of technical difficulties recording that Lightyear episode, so I was like, you know what, fuck it, let's just watch The Northman. But now, Pat, you gotta recommend me a movie.
I do. This is easy. I opened your watch list and I saw it's a movie that I watched recently, so I don't have to rewatch it. And you haven't seen it yet. It's
Oh,
also a
yeah?
2022 release, so it's something relevant. I'm recommending you Elvis by Baz Luhrmann.
Ooh,
It's
Elvis.
new. It came out like a couple weeks ago at the time of recording. I saw it like last week.
Yesterday, Pat told me the editing in this movie is worse than Bohemian Rhapsody.
This movie's edited like a trailer.
I can't wait.
The whole movie.
Wait.
Yeah. I have opinions on it, and if you want to hear those opinions, you're gonna have to come back next time. Actually, no, untrue. Actually, you're gonna have to come back in a couple episodes
Yeah.
to hear our thoughts on Elvis, because we have a little special announcement.
Yeah, next episode, actually the next 2 episodes, we got something really special for you guys, because actually really soon, like next week, is the 1-year anniversary of this show. We've already been doing this for 1 year. That's kind of insane. Like, it feels so short. I feel like we don't even have a lot of episodes for 1 year.
A lot of time has passed, and we're doing something special, both for you guys and for us. It's something we planned on very, very early in the podcast history. For the 1 year anniversary, we would be reviewing both of our favorite movies.
Now, a little wrench was thrown into the gears because my favorite movie changed since then. My favorite movie is now Everything Everywhere All at Once. But before that, my favorite movie was Rogue One, a Star Wars story. And Pat's favorite movie hasn't changed. Well, your favorite is Spider-Man Into the Spider-Verse. And we're going to be reviewing those movies for you guys. Because, you know, anniversary special, let's talk about our absolutely favorite movies. We're going to have a movie where I talk about Star Wars for an extended period of time, and Pat's going to tell me how much it sucks. And then,
Yep.
and then Pat's going to talk about Spider-Man to the Spider-Verse, and I'm going to talk about how I don't know anything about the Marvel. So yeah.
Yeah, come back for those 2 episodes, and then on the episode after that one, we'll be doing a movie and then talking about Elvis.
Yep, we're going to actually be pulling from our recommendations pool. So if you haven't recommended a movie to us, just go in our link tree. It's linktr.ee/fresh-off-the-reel. All lowercase, no spaces. The first link, you'll be able to fill out a form to recommend us a movie or a TV show. We'll take that recommendation, and then we'll make an episode about it. And we're grabbing one of those for the episodes after our anniversary special.
Yep.
So stay tuned for that. But with that, we're gonna thank all of you for coming out today. Sorry it's been so fucking long, but we're back, and we're gonna continue. Hope that we're gonna keep going. Thank you guys so much for 1 year of us being stupid and talking about shit we don't know about.
I don't know anything at all.
I've never seen a movie.
Yeah, but I've never actually seen a movie.
But if you watch movies, you should check out our other episodes of the podcast. Again, you can find that on the link tree, linktr.ee/fresh-off-the-reel. There you could also find all of our socials and our Letterboxd accounts, which you could get podcast spoilers from, because we post our reviews all the time. You see what movies we're watching. Maybe watch along with us. You can't do that, actually. The reviews come out after we watch the movies. But hey, watch the movies we watch, and you might know what episode's coming up next. But with that being said, thank you all so much, and we will see all of you in a theater near you. Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.